Popco Studios in Oklahoma City. You're watching the Press Row. Press Row is brought to you by Cox High-Speed Internet. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Barry Trammell. Barry, it's time to play 5 and 5, where we talk about 5 topics in 5 minutes. It's an all OU Texas edition of 5 and 5 this week. Let's start with this topic. OU Texas, the player who will decide this game. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Landry Jones. I think experience in this game at quarterback is paramount. Texas breaking in the 2 new guys, David Ash and Case McCoy. Landry's had sort of an up-and-down career in big games, but he's been on the upswing lately. I think Landry decides this.
Yeah, a lot of quarterback experience. I think that's going to be really important in this game. I think it's also going to be interesting to see how the Texas quarterbacks respond. Does David Ash, does McCoy, the younger McCoy, do those guys have big games? I think they may actually have a bigger impact on this game just with their decision making. Are they good or are they bad?
I think a thing to watch for, I think Ash is the quarterback of the future for Texas. I don't think it's McCoy. I think they like him. They like his last name. They like his bloodlines. But I think David Ash is the quarterback of the future for Texas. Wouldn't surprise me if we see a lot of David Ash on Saturday.
I think we could see a lot of David Ash, but I think we could also see a lot of Travis Lewis, Frank Alexander, those guys getting after him. I think they're going to put pressure on these young quarterbacks. Wouldn't be surprised to see him get to these guys a little bit too. All right, next topic. OU Texas, pressure on Bob Stoops or Mack Brown?
The answer is yes. Pressure on both. The idea that there's more pressure on one or the other, I mean, that's crazy. You're talking about guys that have been around forever. Yeah, there's pressure on Bob. He wants to win the conference. He wants to get back to the national title game. He's got to win this game to do that. Huge pressure. Mack Brown's coming off a 5-7 year. He lost to Oklahoma. I tell you what, in Texas, they don't like losing to Oklahoma any more than Oklahoma likes losing to Texas.
But wait, who has more pressure? There's got to be some guy that has more pressure. I'm going to go with Mack Brown on this one. I know Bob Stoops, the pressure's on to win a championship this year, and if you fall in this game, it's a double whammy. But Mack Brown, Barry, there's a chance Mack gets forced out the door if they have another subpar season, and a loss to Oklahoma does not help his cause.
Well, I think they're past the point of a subpar season. The 4-0 start, they've won 3 games that look like potential losses. I think there's more pressure on Bob just because he's ranked number 1 already in the coaches.
Wrong. All right, moving on. Number 3, OU Texas. Rookie running backs. Will Malcolm Brown or Dom Whaley have a bigger day? Young guys, both at the position. Who you think's got a better chance to have a big day?
Dom Whaley. OU's not going to let Malcolm Brown run on him. I mean, he might have some yards, but Dom Whaley's going to have the bigger day against Texas. Dom Whaley's proven he can do it out of the backfield, catching the ball or running the ball. I think Dom Whaley could come out of this game a national star. He's been building. He's a great story. I think he has a big day.
For Texas to have a chance in this game, I think Malcolm Brown needs to have a big day. I'm just not sure he can carry as big a load as they need. I mean, that would take some massive pressure off of those young Texas quarterbacks. But here's a true freshman in his first OU Texas game, Barry. It's a lot to add. I mean, we saw Adrian Peterson run wild as a true freshman, but those guys are rare. I'm not sure this guy's to that point just yet. They would love for him to have a big day. I don't think he's going to have as big a day as Dom Whaley will. All right, let's talk about this, OU Texas. Stay at the State Fair or move to Jerry World?
Well, I don't know how you could move away from the State Fair because you got such a great atmosphere, you got such a great environment, you got all kinds of things going on before the game, you got all kinds of things going on after the game. After the game, you always have a country music concert. I mean, I think Jenny Carlson's the sequence, apparently she's going to sing Saturday night. But no, the environment at the fair is too much, I think, to walk away from. Another thing to think about is this. Everybody talks about the huge stadium at Jerry World. The Cotton Bowl seats more than Jerry World, 92,000 to 80,000. Yeah, you can put 20,000 standing rooms at Jerry World. That looks like a recipe for disaster. A bunch of people drinking in tight quarters. I don't think that's what you want. I think you stay at the fair.
Who put this question in 5 and 5? I think this is a slam dunk answer. I think it stays at State Fair. Yeah, it's not as fancy as Jerry World. It's not, and Jerry World, they keep bringing in these games, Barry. Keep getting Arkansas, Texas A&M, some of these regular season games. This is a game I don't think Jerry World can lure. I think they're going to try, but I don't think they're going to do it.
Let me say this. A lot of fans want to go to Arlington. A lot of fans want to go to Jerry World. Now, maybe not the majority, but it's not a runaway on the fan poll. A lot of fans want Arlington.
All right, lastly, OU Texas. Any way this series could ever go defunct, like there was some talk. Bob Stoops talked about this, Barry, when there was conference realignment in the air. well, last time there was conference realignment in the air, it's back. Bob Stoops saying maybe this series will go away. Is that a possibility?
I think it's a very minute possibility. The only way it happens is a total void in leadership on both campuses, which frankly, leadership voids are part of the problem, so I guess it could happen. But this game means too much to the universities, way more than athletics, way more than football. It's huge for the donors, huge for recruiting general students, it's huge for fundraising, it's huge on a variety of fronts. And I don't think you can let this game go away. If you're a university administrator, no matter what the football people say, you say, tough, we're playing.
Yeah, and I think it will remain as well. You know, and I could really see this being the type of game that even if the schools end up in different conferences, that they work something out to have a non-conference game. Yes, it would be a really tough game, but it's the kind of series that I think remains. And Barry, you talk about leadership. I think even though there may be some leadership voids, I think at least OU and Texas people get along. The leaders get along to a point that I think they would try to work something out. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, it's a good point.
I think they could keep a non-conference game.
It's a good point. Apparently, Bill Powers and David Bourne, the president of Texas, president of OU, can stand to be in the same room together. Apparently, Joe C. and DeLoss Dodds can talk. You know, apparently, Mack Brown and Bob Stoops, you know, don't break into fisticuffs when they're together. Not the same with UT and A&M.
Yeah.
So the relationship is better. Hopefully that means that this series stays.
All right, thanks for joining us for 5 and 5, and thanks for watching the Press Row. We're brought to you by Cox High Speed Internet.